All right, we are live. Hi, everyone. You're here for another Q&A with OK Student. I am Mariana, your head of advisors, and with me today I have...
Simran Marwah, Student Advisor, OK Student. Welcome, guys.
Yay! All the welcome signs. We even have a welcome sign for you guys today. So don't forget, you can put all of your questions on the comment box below. We're here to answer them all. And we're here to talk to Simran a bit about her experience as a student advisor, her experience as a student, right? Because you are finishing your course, right?
Yep, I am still doing it, and it's so interesting.
Which uni are you with, by the way?
I am with Nottingham Trent University.
Awesome. And you're doing masters, right?
Yes, Masters in Management and Finance.
Awesome. How are you finding your masters?
Well, it was like basically a challenge, to be honest. Coming from Indian education system to UK higher education, it is pretty much different from what I've already done for rest of my life. So it was pretty challenging. It took me time to settle in with all my education and adapt to how UK education is. So yep, and pretty much all the modules I did on the course were amazing. Literally, what an experience! Amazing.
That's great.
Uh-huh.
Welcome everyone who's just joined us. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have some viewers live right now, so don't forget, guys, comment any questions you may have below. We're here today talking about Simran's experience as a student at Nottingham Trent University. So, Simran, do you want to tell me a bit about your the worst parts about coming to the UK as an international student? Let's start with the bad parts of this.
Definitely. First thing, the baddest thing, you miss your family terribly, especially for someone who comes out of her home first time in her life. So it is pretty much like I'm alone. And yeah. So it is first thing which is really bad. The second thing is you struggle to make friends if you are an introvert. So that are two things which I will say are biggest challenges apart from settling in, and
I
cultural shock as well.
Yeah, I can relate to the introvert part. I was a bit of an introvert, and I am a bit of an introvert still. And like when I moved to the UK, that was one of my main concerns, was making friends. How do I make friends? How do I find people that I love in this enormous university as well? Because I was studying at Anglia Ruskin. It's quite a big university. It's about the same size as Nottingham Trent.
Hmm.
So I did get a few like tips and tricks for students to make friends. So
Hmm.
what would you say to a student who's about to come to the UK about like how to make friends?
Okay. Don't always wait for the other person to come and say hi. You go ahead and say hi. They will appreciate that. Trust me, they will. So don't be shy in that. Everyone is there to, you know, they are on their own experience, and it is new for everyone. So don't hesitate. That's all I can say for now.
Exactly, exactly. I feel like we're all on the same boat when we get to the UK. None of us has friends. So if you go and talk to people, that's the best thing you can do, definitely. So I want
Yep.
to say welcome to everyone who's joining us right now. We have some more viewers. So you're here today in our Q&A with OK Student. And we have a question from Trish asking, did your parents have a say in what you would study, or did you get to choose?
That's a really interesting question, Fish. I would say it was purely my decision as to what I want to do, and I feel lucky. Like my parents supported in me for this thing, and I'm really grateful for them. So I chose management and finance, and they said it is your life, and choose what you have to do. So yeah, here I am doing that course.
Perfect. What
Uh-huh.
did you study before your master's, by the way?
Okay, I did BCom honors from Delhi University.
Nice, nice. And what are the main differences that you found in between the Indian education system doing a bachelor's in India versus doing your master's in the UK?
Okay, I think the main difference that I found was the masters that I did from the UK was more practical than what education is more practical than in India. So that is the biggest difference, because there is not much of mugging up here. You have to apply what you learn. So basically, like for my course, we have 1 hour lecture at 2 hour workshop. So whatever you learn in your lecture, you have to apply it on your workshop. So that, and it is also better for learning, because you not have to keep uh, putting this pressure on your mind that, oh my God, I have so much to learn. I have to just, be a parrot and do that. So yep, that is the main difference.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's one of the things that I felt as well coming from the Portuguese education system into the UK was definitely the professionalization, the practicality of it. The fact I took media studies, so I was just running around with cameras every day. It was the best thing. We have a question here from Manjot asking, what about part-time jobs in the UK? Do you want to answer this, Simran?
Yep, I can. Hi, Mansoor. Thank you for the question. I think part-time jobs in the UK are pretty easy to find, especially when you have such a good university like NTU to support you in that. So you can go on the website that NTU has specifically for part-time and other jobs like full-time jobs. You can find it there, and as well as there are some external websites such as Unitems, which help you with part-time jobs. And also, I would also mention that you need to make connections for jobs as well. Like if you are in a restaurant, you can go and always talk to a manager. If they have a vacancy, why will they not tell you? Yeah, so you have to make that bond with employers as well on your own.
Exactly, exactly. I think that's definitely the easiest way of finding a part-time job in the UK is through connections and through
Yep.
referrals. That's how I found my job when I got to Cambridge, was through a friend of a friend who had a job and they recommended me. So that's definitely the best way to go. I would say if you want to start looking for a job before you come into the UK as well, you can always join Facebook groups because there are always Facebook groups, employment Facebook groups that you can join, or you can contact your uni because yeah, every uni has their employability services, and they will help you not only find a job, but they will help you do your CV up, and they will help you with preparing for interviews, everything. So it's an amazing resource. Thank you so much, Manjit, for your question. And I'm curious, Simran, did you work a part-time job before joining OK Student?
Yes, I'm still currently working with it. I am Unibuddy ambassador for NTU. So basically, I got this job from NTU website itself, and it is associated with Unitems, under which this Unibuddy comes under. So yes, I am doing a part-time job, and I love it. I just have to sit home and like answer emails, which are a quite important part for my university as well, because potential students ask questions, and that is the way the future depends, you know. So yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So basically, you just work with students all the time. So you're basically a full-time student ambassador now.
Yep.
That's
And it's fun.
great. All right, very welcome, guys. Thank you so much for watching us today. We have about 10 viewers live right now. It's great. Comment any questions you may have below, and we'll try to answer them during this live. We're here with Simran today, asking and answering questions about the student experience in the UK and how it is coming to the UK as an Indian student or as an international student in general. It's quite an adventure, isn't it? You talked about homesickness a bit ago. So you were saying that one of the worst things is how much you miss your family when you're in the
Mhm.
UK. Did you find strategies to cope with this? What would you say to a student who's missing their families, basically?
Okay. One thing, keep contact with your family. You call them every day, one of the things. And the other is you need to find friends here who will be there to support you in this hard time. And if you are feeling homesick, you know, don't feel shy to talk about it, because maybe the other person is feeling that as well. So why not talk about it to someone? And also, you need to go out and do extracurricular activities so that your mind is a bit diverted as well. And pretty much it.
Great. So Manjit here has asked another question. Thank you, Joanna, for the great comment. I'm very happy. And Manjot asked if the income from part-time jobs is taxable. Do you pay
Um,
tax? Yeah. How does that
no.
work?
Okay. Basically, part-time jobs, I will say, will not cover enough to make it taxable income. If you talk about income tax, there are several slabs as per the UK government. So, for example, if it is up to 12,500, there is no tax. If it is above 12,500 and up to 50,000, there is 20% tax rate. And if it is above 50,000 to 150,000 pounds, it is 40%, and above 150,000 pounds is 45%. That is how it goes. So basically, you will. I don't think it is possible enough to make that much from a part-time job.
Yeah, basically. And especially because you guys are capped at 20 hours, right? So you can only
Yeah.
work 20 hours a week. If you're under 25 years old as well, you will only earn 8.20 an hour. So that's the minimum wage for someone who's in between 18 to 25, I think.
Yes.
So 8.20 an hour per 20 hours a week will not give you 12,500 a year, so you won't pay tax, basically, which is quite good.
And also, I'd like to mention, like for part-time jobs, it depends. The minimum wage depends upon your age. So yeah, that you have to take in consideration as well.
Exactly. So you can go on the government website, on the British government website, to find out all of the different the different income brackets that you'll receive depending on your age. Thank you so much, Manjit, for your question. We have another question here from Meet, asking, how about the student life? Ooh.
Hi, Meet. Thank you for the question. I would say the student life is amazing. The nightlife is amazing, to be honest. You would love it here. You will enjoy making friends with a lot of diverse people, and it's not just one nationality that you will find here. So I would say it is pretty exciting as well as scary, to be honest, because when you go into something new, you talk to new people. There is always that thing back in the back of your mind that whether these people will talk to me the same way that I'm talking to them. So yeah, that is one of the things that I will say. But overall, the student life is amazing. I love it.
Exactly. I feel like all over the UK, there are so many resources for students around student life. I mean, just this morning, I mean, we've been learning so much about universities recently, right, Simran? We've just
Oh
been
yeah.
in, yeah, we've just been in trainings for universities all the time. And one thing that becomes really prevalent in all these trainings is how much these universities worry about student experience and student life. Every university has a student union that promotes a series of events, and they have so many clubs and so many societies that definitely there are so many things to do. And then depending on the city as well, the cities are normally, they cater to students as well. So you'll find a great nightlife, you'll find lots of galleries, lots of cinemas, theaters, anything you can imagine. If you have any issues as well, you can always go to the university themselves. They always have mental health support, they have student support teams, and you can go to them with any issue that you have. Yeah, thank you so much, Meet, for your question. I hope we answered it well. If you want to know more, do comment below. We're here to answer all of your questions today. And thank you so much to everyone who's watching us.
Uh,
So we have another, yeah, go ahead, Simran.
Sorry about that. If anyone wants to share their views of UK and its education, you are welcome to do that. We'd love to hear your experiences. Please go ahead.
Exactly. If you're in the UK already and you want to share
Mhm.
your experience, do comment below as well, and we'll discuss it. So we have another question here from Sudesh, asking, I want to know the difference in between Indian education and UK education.
Okay. I would say it is very different, right from the grading system to the way the lectures are taught. Everything is different here. You are not just judged on the basis of your exams. You have projects, assignments, and you say the teamwork that you do, as well as webinars that will judge you on your particular module. It depends upon module to module, to be honest. And as I said when we started this live, the practicality of UK education is what makes it different and the best.
Exactly, definitely. The fact that they're very close to industry as well, I think, is like one of the main tenets of UK education, is the fact that you can get a job with any partner of your university, you can get placements. They love good employability rates. So all universities love to say that their students are employed after 6 months. So they will try very hard to get you a job or to get you into further study after you come in. um, I feel like the practicality part of it is so true. The fact that they have amazing facilities. So if you're studying sciences, you'll always have lab facilities. If you're studying art and design, or fine art or fashion design or anything around those sorts, you'll always have all the facilities and all the material in the universities. So I was just saying in the beginning of this live that I studied media studies at Anglo-Ruskin University, and I would always have a camera with me taken out from the university for free. It's basically like a library for equipment that you just go there and you take stuff out, and basically you need to return it or else you'll pay a fine, which I have paid in the past. It's not nice. So we have a few other questions here that I want to answer. We have a question from Kashik. I want to ask you guys about the accommodations over there. So are you in university accommodation, Simran? Not right now, obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm not in a student that accommodation. I'm in a private one. So that was a bit of a tragedy for me. I booked somewhere, but it did not turn out to be safe enough for a girl to live there. So I had to come to the UK and find an accommodation all over again. It was a nightmare, trust me. So right now I am living with a private accommodation.
Awesome. But all universities have accommodation, and most of them guarantee accommodation for first years, for international students. So if you can always drop into the university accommodations if you book them in advance. If not, you can do like Simran and like me. Basically, I came to the UK as well looking for private accommodation. I stayed in a hotel for the first few days while viewing rooms. And then I just moved into one of the flats that I saw. So you have multiple options there. You also have private halls of residence, which are basically big student accommodations that are run by private companies. So that's also an option. So you have loads of options, and all the accommodations have their pros and cons. So I think that one of the biggest, and correct me if I'm wrong, Simran, but one of the biggest pros of staying in university accommodation is definitely the fact that you can have a lot of students around you, which is something that might not happen in private.
Yes, definitely. Actually, it depends from the accommodation. Like for me, there are various students who live in my accommodation as well. So I think that pretty much depends upon the accommodation. But especially when it comes to student accommodation, yes, you have better facilities as well, and for a cheaper price, I would say.
Exactly. And it's also the fact that it's connected to the university or connected to a private company
Exactly.
makes it much safer, and it makes it much easier for you to go up to someone and say, I have a problem in my flat and I need it fixed now. If something breaks, the university will fix it immediately. You have insurance. In some universities, they will offer insurance with your flat. They have 24-hour surveillance. So not only you'll feel more safe, but you can also feel free to leave all your Amazon delivery parcels with the person from security, because that's also what they're there for. So you always have someone to pick up those things.
I'd like to add something on the security. No matter how safe a country is, you need to take care of your belongings. So don't leave your money or valuables in your room when you're away from home. So yeah, make sure of that, be it any accommodation.
Yeah, exactly. But also, if you have a lot of money, it's also not good to like walk around
Yeah.
with it. So it depends on the choices that we make if you want to get a vault or something like that. But most student accommodations are really safe and secure. And you'll normally get a key, which will be only your only key, basically.
Mariana, I think, sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying, I think it's safe to say that let's not carry money at all. Anyway, everything is contactless, so why
Exactly.
not?
I never use money in the UK. I just use contactless
Me as well.
everywhere. It's tapping all the way through.
It's much
Again, thank
easier.
you. Exactly. It's so much easier. Again, thank you, Kashik, for your question. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching us and asking all of your questions. So if you want to share your experience or comment any questions you have, don't forget you have the chat box, the comment box down there to ask us any questions. So Malika here has asked, what made you choose to come to the UK? Ooh.
That's
I'm
a
curious
really
because I know you
interesting
have a great
question.
story. You have a great story around this. I want to hear it.
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. So before coming to the UK, I had other countries to look at as well, like Germany, then Australia, then America, and many others. But I did counseling with many other agencies as well. But I was not very satisfied that this is the place for me or that particular place is for me. And where I wanted to go, I had 3 years of education, but they required 4 years of education. So, like after your high school. So that was one of the reasons which I opted out from other places. Why UK is because it is the best. Simply, that is my first reason. It's the best. And when I saw NTU, I took a tour there. So I was really, really happy with it. And yeah, that is why I chose UK.
Yeah, I feel like the UK has an amazing educational system and they have a long-standing tradition of taking on international students. They have a really diverse population. So most of the universities in the UK have a really big international student population as well. And
Mm-hmm.
you'll normally have societies for international students as well, so you can meet people. So, for example, NTU has the Global Lounge. I know, which is basically a place just for international students. So if you're not an international student, you can't go in there, which basically gives you a way to like meet people from other international places and from other international contexts, sorry. And it also helps in making friends that might be going through the same situation as you are, feeling away from home, feeling a bit homesick, and they will help you settle down and settle into a new country.
I do have something to add. Like even the international recognition of UK degrees is one of the reasons that I took it up. Hmm.
Exactly. They're internationally recognized degrees all over the world. It's fantastic. And the best thing is that your English will improve so much in this process. English
Definitely,
ends up being the language of business still, so it's the global language. So getting a UK degree in the end not only gives you a great academic and professional qualification, but also gives you a great training in a global language.
definitely, Mariana.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Malika, for your question. This was great. I think everyone has their own reasons for coming to the UK, right? So what were your reasons to choosing UK, guys? Can you comment below all of your reasons to coming to the UK? We have another question here from Manjut
Uh-huh.
asking that they've heard that the September intake is going to get deferred. Is it true?
For
Ah,
which university exactly do you mean? Because
exactly. Because
that depends on, yeah,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead.
That every time, Mariana. It depends upon university to university. So, if I'll talk about my university, yes, some courses have been deferred from September to January. To know more, do email us at, uh, we will give the email
info
later on.
info
Info.
info at
Please hold on.
okstudent.co.uk.
Yes, I'm so bad at this. I don't remember things.
You're doing great. This is training, basically. What you're seeing here is 10 weeks of doing these lives. So, guys, if you have specific questions about your processes, so if you want to know if your course is getting deferred, if you want to know if you can defer your courses, just send us an email at info@okstudent.co.uk, or fill in the form at okstudent.co.uk/form, and a student advisor just like Simran will come in, will get in contact with you and help you with all of your questions. Awesome. So Malika here has another question asking, how did you know which universities to apply to?
Okay. Actually, I didn't have to do much for that. I had an agency back in India which helped me out for this. So, like just like OK Student, but yes, I would say they helped me a lot for this. So pretty much through agency, I came through agency, and they did pretty much everything.
Exactly. So basically, that's what we're here for, is to let you know what we think are the best universities for you. So, OK Student, what we do is when you come in as a student, you have a meeting with the student advisor. They try to learn more about you. They'll ask you about your grades. They'll ask you about what type of city you're looking for, what course you want. And then we'll give you a report, a PDF report with all of the universities that we think fit your case and why we think they're good for you. And then you'll have another meeting with your advisor to discuss all of these universities so that you can apply to the best course in the best university and the best location possible for you. That's what we're here to do, Malika. So definitely, if you want to apply for a UK university, send us all of your details through okstudent.co.uk/form, and an advisor will get in touch with you to figure out which university is perfect for you.
And I would like to add to that, Mariana, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
I think for us, our services are USP, I would say. We just don't limit to application process. We go beyond that because we know how difficult it is for a student to come and settle in a new country. So we are there for you even after your application process is done. We make a connection of students. And that is the way we work. We help you with accommodations, we help you with visas, we help you with CVs, with portfolios, anything that you need up till you are settled in the university. And also beyond that, if you need any help, we are there. We have our office in Nottingham, so you can come and just drop by.
Exactly, and meet us in person. That would be great. I would love it if our students from this year came and met us in person in Nottingham. I think we really need to host a party or something when we get back to Nottingham. Socially distanced party, obviously, with all the coronavirus social distancing measures in place. But I would really love to meet some of our students that are coming here this year. And definitely, guys, we're always in Nottingham, so do drop by, give us a shout. And yeah, and thank you so much, everyone who's asking questions. Thank you to everyone who's tuned into this live. Yeah, we have a few other questions here. One from Kashik asking, I'm sorry if I'm murdering your names, by the way, guys. You can't call me out and say, because I'm European, I'm not used to this. I'm sorry. I should be more used to this by now. But do comment below if I'm murdering your names, and I will apologize profusely. He's asking, what problems did you face while shifting over to the UK?
Okay. I think coming to a new country is a problem itself. So this was the first thing that I faced. Getting familiar with the new environment and settling, especially when your immunity is so good, that is one of the things. Otherwise, all the other things, be it accommodation or your NHS, National Health Services, and BRP, everything that is needed for you, which is essential for you, your university helps you with that. So pretty much, apart from your personal things, I don't think there is something you cannot work out, and that will be a problem. I don't think so that will happen. So
exactly. So I think it's definitely, I see where you're going, because I'm seeing all of your other comments as well about how's life over there in the UK and basically wanting to know about working life here. I can tell you, I've worked in the UK for a really long time now. I worked first as an undergraduate student, and I worked full-time because European students get these privileges of being able to work full-time while studying. So I worked in catering. And honestly, I managed to pay all of my things, all of my living costs in Cambridge through working in catering with Cambridge University. It was really good. one of the issues that people face is definitely the homesickness, feeling a bit displaced, and a bit of cultural shock, I would say. And I think maybe you felt this, Simran, a bit of cultural shock.
Yes, I did because coming to be honest, it is a human tendency. Whenever you come from a much settled in environment to something new, you just see new things and you have not adapted to that just then. So it just takes time, and you are there. You're like, what is happening? And you need to settle in. You do not fit in. You have this thing in your mind always. So yeah, I did.
Exactly. I definitely feel like the way to kind of address that is definitely coming here already with something planned. So, for example, if you come here solely as a worker, if you come to the UK solely as a worker, it's going to be very difficult for you to get integrated into the city itself, making friends, all of these things, and that ends up leading to a bit of loneliness, maybe. Um, if you come in as a student and then you want to work on top, you have an entire university structure that's there to help you move in, that's there to help you settle. And you have us as OK Student always here to help you as well settle in and shift over to a new country. So definitely, if you want to join us as a student in the UK and then work part-time throughout your master's or your bachelor's degree, do send us an email at info@okstudent.co.uk, or send us your details through the form at okstudent.co.uk/form. So we have another question from Brian asking, what would you say, because this is the counter to the question that we've just answered, where it's, what would you say is the favorite thing about studying in the UK?
Okay. That's a tough one. I would say my favorite thing of studying in the UK is the kind of ideas that we have from a diverse class, because we are not just one nationality in our class. We are different, and everyone comes with different ideas because of the place they live in. So they put in so much experience, and we have such a rich, pool of ideas that I am like really lucky that I got there. I got that. So that is my favorite thing about studying in the UK. The
Definitely.
diversity.
Definitely. The diversity is so good. I mean, you meet
Mhm.
so many people, and honestly, I used to joke around, but this is true, is now I have sofas to stay in basically every continent in the world if I want to, just because I came to the UK and studied. I think it's such a good thing to be able to say that you can make friends from all over the world. And even like my friends from my undergraduate degree, most of them I still get on with, and about 90% of them are not British. So one of them Spanish, another one's German, another one's Dutch, another one. There are so many nationalities in our group of friends, and it's so good to be able to get along with all of these people and to be able to visit their countries as well, because you can always just, you can. Exactly. Just ring them one day and go like, can I go on vacation?
Yep,
Oh man,
definitely.
it's so good. It's so good, honestly. We have another question here from Harmeet asking, what about the availability? And thank you to everyone who's been asking questions. Thank you, Brian, for your great question. Thank you, Kashif. Thank you, Malika. You guys have been great asking all of these questions. So let's answer something about food, because I love food and I want to know, how did you find the availability of Indian food in the UK? And Harmeet is curious as well, clearly. So let's go.
That is one of the most important topic for, I think, an international student, especially if you're Indian. Um, yes, there is easy availability of Indian food. Don't worry, you will find many restaurants, and some of them, if you want to know, are dosa and chutney, tomatanga, zakib, etc., which have amazing cuisine. You will not have that thing in India that you have here. So it is that good. Don't worry about that, and you can get all the ingredients as well. So.
Oh man, honestly, like there in Nottingham especially, I found such great like Indian restaurants. Like there's a Keralan restaurant somewhere that is one of the best restaurants in the UK, and that's in Nottingham. There's Viva, which I love. That is
Yes.
basically Indian street food, and it's so good. We once ordered it for the office, and it was the most amazing food that I've had in my life.
Okay, Mariana, you need to get this once we are there. Okay.
Yes,
Please,
yes,
please buy us
yes.
food.
That's exactly what I want to do. Is when I'm back, I'm definitely gonna order Viva for the office so that we can all have like a really good street food feast, basically, because that's what it is.
And guys, that is
um,
the head of advisors for you. She's the best.
that's all I do, man, is feed the advisors. All I do is feed them and make sure
No,
that the
come
students
on.
are happy.
She's the reason we adjusted to OK students so well.
Aw. And then that's it. It's what you were saying as well, where you can find the ingredients everywhere. I feel that like there are so many international shops everywhere in Nottingham, in all over the UK. I've never been to a city that doesn't have an international shop that sells spices and vegetables and everything that you need to cook. I have more access to international ingredients in the UK than I do in Portugal, which is quite annoying. I try to find like garam masala here, and it's like an adventure to find garam masala here.
That's interesting. I did not
Honestly,
know you knew
man.
that.
Honestly,
Oh,
I'll when you come here, you need to come to Portugal, and I'll show you where I buy those things, because there's just one place in Lisbon, and you really need to know where it is, because it's like an underground market sort of thing. It's super
ah,
fun.
ooh, I really want to go there.
Come over, come over. I have a sofa there for you anytime.
That's so sweet.
Thank you, Harmeet, for your question. So Malika here is asking, how easy slash hard was it to make friends?
A lot of friends questions, isn't it?
We're
But
having a
tonight,
lot of socialization questions. I feel like you're asking about socialization to two deep, deep introverts that don't really look like introverts, but we can try and answer them.
yeah, I think Maria and I shared this that we both are introverts, but we, as you said, we do not look like it. But trust me, we are. Um, yes, I would say it is easy to make friends as long as you are ready to go and talk to someone, like be the first one to talk rather than just keep it to yourself. What will they think and stuff like that, you know? So, and there are places as well that your universities give, like the common area for your university. Like for us, it is Global Lounge. I was there every day. Trust me, and everyone was there, and we used to chat. We did not have any differences between us or stuff like that. But the only thing is, you need to go and say hi first. That is the main thing that I would say.
Exactly, exactly. And you learn so much. I gained so much confidence just from being in the UK, because I had to push myself out of my comfort zone with that sort of thing, right? Where it's like you get consumed by this anxiety of like, oh, they won't like me, and oh, I'm not going to say hi. But there you really need to jump out of your comfort zone in order to make friends, in order to meet people. And it's honestly so good for you in the long run.
Yep. And that is what makes you grow, I think, coming out of your comfort zone. So why not?
Exactly, exactly. And then obviously, like all universities have tons of societies and tons of clubs you can join. So imagine if you want to learn how to make a cocktail, for example, there are cocktail societies that you can join. If you really like Pokemon, there's a Pokemon society. If you really like gaming, there's a gaming society. So you can make friends through all of these societies anyway. So there's always a week called Freshers Week, which this year will mainly be online. And on Freshers Week is when the societies come out. Then the presidents of the societies let you know what their plan is for the year, how much, like if they want, like if you want to join them, how you need to do, what they're going to do, what events they have planned, all of it. So you can join as many societies as you want. And that's definitely one of the best ways to make friends. And then it's also just participating in the events and making sure that you do put yourself out there. Go ahead, Simran.
I would say even if you want to start your own society, you can do that. And people would love to join it as well. So that is one of the opportunities that you can get. It will look amazing on your CV, trust me.
Exactly, exactly. We have so many students, because I know a lot of Portuguese students because I'm Portuguese. So we have so many Portuguese students who have created societies, Portuguese societies all over the UK. And for example, one of our student advisors recently created the Bangladeshi Society at NTU. So AT has the president of the Bangladeshi Society at NTU. So if you're Bangladeshi and you're planning on joining NTU, you have a society for you. And if there isn't an Indian society yet, definitely go ahead and create them.
There is.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Malika, for your question. Ashima as well is asking about friends and asking if it was difficult to get along with other students. So this is quite an interesting question because it's a bit different from this one, isn't it?
Yep. Ashima, thank you for the question. It's amazing. I would say yes, it was a bit difficult to get along with some students, but then at the end of the day, I will be honest with you. You do not know when someone is useful to you, so you can be a little selfish in that.
Exactly. And I feel like you can make friends outside of your course as well.
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
the friends that a lot of the friends that I have from my undergraduate degree, they're not even from my course. Basically, I have one very good friend from my course, and then everyone else is from different courses across the university. So we've met people from philosophy and English literature, from marine conservation, from animal zoology, things like this sort of thing. So, and it definitely expands your horizons so much to be able to hang out with people with completely different interests and getting to know them at such a good level as well.
I think, Mariana, it is so interesting to get to know some people that they have all the way different ways of life. So that is where it gets enriched, that you do not know something and you get to know it through other people. So yeah, that is a new experience of life, and that is why it is very important to get along with other people as well.
Exactly. But definitely what Simran was saying is the best tip I think that's going to come out of this live is get out of your shell, get out of your comfort zone, and go ahead and say hi to people. And sometimes if people won't like you, they won't like you, and that's okay. Not everyone needs to like us all the time.
Definitely, Mariana.
So thank you so much, Ashima, for your question. I want to answer Malika's other question here, asking if
Okay.
you're planning to go back this year.
That's a question.
You need to, because I want you in Nottingham. Like, what the hell?
Yes, I will.
I want you in the office. Come on.
Okay. Yes, I do have some plans to go back, but I do not know when. So that is my answer for that.
Exactly. It's basically the same as all of us, where it's like we just don't know when, but we are going to be back. So
Yeah,
stay tuned for the next episode.
Hopefully, I'm there by then.
Oh, it would be so great if we could do these lives actually live, wouldn't it? And like
Yes.
in
Oh my God.
person. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait for that moment. um, I want to answer Armit's question asking about public transport in the UK.
It is pretty easy, I think, with all the buses that are around catering, the trams, as well as other facilities. You can hire your own bicycle as well. And the NTU, for example, my university, it really helped me with my bus passes because they gave a discounted rate for students. So I would say public transport is pretty easy once you go there. Yeah, of course. When you'll go there, it will take some time to settle in with that, but you will get used to it.
Exactly. And then they have they have a good train system. I used to use trains for everything in the UK, and I find them really nice. So it's really easy to just go by train everywhere, and then definitely get a bike as soon as you get to the UK. Get a bike. It's one of the best ways to move around. Some universities have their own bike schemes as well, so you can just hire a bike from the university for a cheaper price than you would buy one, and you can keep it for the duration of your course. Thank you so much, Armid, for your question. Thank you so much to everyone who's listening and joining in and asking all of these nice questions. If you want to study in the UK, if you're still considering it, do send us an email at info@okstudent.co.uk or send us your details through the form at okstudent.co.uk/form, and we'll help you find the perfect university, the perfect course, and the perfect location for you. So Brian here has asked, which supermarkets do you recommend to do grocery shopping? What's your favorite supermarket, Simran?
I would say Tesco. It is like cheap as well and has a lot of variety, I would say. So I think Tesco is pretty good for me. Sainsbury as well, but it's quite
Exactly.
expensive. What do you think, Mariana?
Yeah, Sainsbury's is quite expensive. Waitroses is really
Oh
expensive.
my
Even
God.
though I really love their ethics because they're a cooperation and it's a cooperative. Sorry, a cooperative. So it's super fun, but they're really, really, really expensive. So unless you like really want something from Waitrose, don't go in there because your entire budget for the week will go in 5 minutes.
Definitely.
I used to shop when I was there. I used to shop at Aldi, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only because I could walk to Aldi, because sometimes those really big supermarkets are really outside of the city. So it might not be super comfortable for you to go there walking if you don't have a car, if you don't want to take public transport, all of this. So in the city center, normally what you have is Tesco's or Asda, and both of them are really cheap comparatively to Sainsbury's and Waitrose. So I would recommend these two.
Yep. And for Indian supermarkets, if you're saying, I think Sharif and Sons is one of the very famous ones here. So
Exactly. It's really good.
it
And
is.
to be fair, you always have an international shop everywhere. So in Nottingham, I think we have about 3 or 4 Asian supermarkets that
I
are
think
more
so.
focused. Yeah. So we have one just across our office as well, which is great. All right. Thank you, Brian, for your question. I hope we're answering all of your questions all right. If you want us to go into further detail on everything, do let us know. Comment below. And yeah, we're so happy with all of these questions, guys. This is great. Thank you. So we have a question from Prem here, saying, I was planning to send my child to the UK for further study. So I just wanted to know about the system over there in the UK.
Okay.
So do you want to talk about this?
I'll say just one thing. Please contact us on info@okstudent.co.uk, and we'd love to have a video call with you so that we can know about your expectation, interest, and how the process works.
Nice. Very good answer. Exactly. Basically, send us an email at info@okstudent.co.uk or send us your details or your kids' details through the chat, through the form at okstudent.co.uk/form. And we'll do everything to help you and figure out all your questions about the educational system here in the UK. But I would say, to be fair, that is pretty straightforward. Its bachelor's are 3 years, so undergraduate degrees are 3 years. Master's degrees are 1 year normally. They're really practical. They're really professionalizing, and they're internationally accredited. So yeah, if you want your child to come into the UK, definitely, send us an email or fill in our form.
And we'd love to help you for that.
Exactly.
We're waiting for your
So,
email.
exactly. We'll be waiting for your email. Nice. So we have Harmeet here asking, are Indian festivals celebrated in the UK? What do you think, Simran?
Oh my God. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I would say big festivals like Holi, Diwali, yes, they're celebrated and it is amazing. For example, Diwali, we went to Leicester with my friends and it was amazing. It didn't feel like it's like a foreign country. It felt like it's all India here. So it was amazing. But some other festivals which are like not that big, are not that huge. Yes, there are societies that celebrate them. So yeah.
Yeah, and you can always make your own celebration. I mean, there are so many Indian students here that it's really easy to start a celebration. But yeah, I think most of the festivals do tend to be available, or people tend to celebrate them in cities and towns.
Yep.
Oh, this was great. Thank you so much, everyone, for your questions. If you have more questions, do comment below. We'll be leaving, I think, in about 10 minutes. So it's just time for last questions. And anything you need after this live, all you need to do is send us an email at info@okstudent.co.uk or fill in our form at okstudent.co.uk/form. All right. We have a couple of questions here that I moved on from, but I am going to go back to them. Where we have Trish asking, do you need to pay if you want support for non-academic issues? So I think this is yeah, do you want to go ahead? Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this is referring to things like student support and mental health and things of this sort.
I think so. Yep. I think, Trish, we do not have to pay for these services. This is something that is complimentary when you take admission to a university. So all that is covered when you pay the fees. So you do not have to pay extra for that.
Exactly. And even the NHS, everything is for free as long as you pay the NHS surcharge on your visa. So if you need any support on a health perspective, you also have health support with the National Health Service in the UK. It's quite good to be in the UK, to be fair. I think that I'm definitely looking forward to going back once I don't have to quarantine. But even if you do have to quarantine, and I know that a lot of people are a bit nervous about this, about having to quarantine in a different country. So if you're planning on coming here during the next few months, if you're planning on starting a course and you want to start them in September, then you can feel free to come by and fly over, because most universities are doing provisions for students who need to quarantine.
Yep. Can I give an example for that? If that's
Of course.
Okay?
Of course.
Thank you. Like for NTU, they are providing self-isolation facility on one of their campuses starting 7th September. So whoever is joining in September 2020 for NTU, they can contact their university for the same, for the bookings. So, yep.
Exactly. So it's definitely a really easy process. You can do 2 weeks in university accommodation and then go on to your private accommodation, or you can do 2 weeks quarantine in university accommodation and stay there after. So it's quite good. Go ahead.
For some of the universities, these 14 days are offered free. So you do not have to pay for those 14 days. So that is one of the major points I think I would like to highlight.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, if you have any specific questions on this, on how universities are dealing with COVID and how they're dealing with quarantines and everything, just send us an email at info@okstudent.co.uk or send us your details through our form at okstudent.co.uk/form. All right, we have another question here from Harmeet asking if medical facilities are good for students.
Okay, the medical facilities, I would say they are pretty good, but that depends upon the medical facilities that are available in your country. Because, for example, for me, I have been on my antibiotics a lot, like for whole my life. If I had something, I took antibiotic. So if you come to a country like the UK, they do not offer antibiotics easily. So you do have to keep that in mind, because it becomes very difficult, because you get sick all the time, like I did when I came to Nottingham. I took time to settle in. So that is one of the things which I think for me was a huge thing. So medical facilities are good, but that depends upon how much care you need, you know?
Exactly. I think that what you had is fresher's flu, right?
Maybe Oh, yeah.
So
Yep.
that's always a thing where, like, when students come into the UK, especially, that receives so many students every year, normally you will get ill on the first few days of being here, because you'll be in contact with so many different people and you'll be in contact with a new country. So you'll normally have this called fresher's flu, where you normally won't get a fever, but you'll feel like really run down. You'll have a bit of a cough. You'll like sneeze a lot, and it feels like a flu, basically. Yeah, so I think the medical facilities normally are really good. I've had like a few run-ins with NHS for varied reasons, and I've always felt so well cared for. Um, Recently, I had to go to hospital, and literally at the end of it, I was like turning to them and saying like, "Okay, so where do I pay?" And they were just like, "No, you just walk out. Goodbye. You're done." So that was quite a good surprise. I feel it was like such a good surprise. All right. So thank you to everyone who's been here with us today. Do you have any parting words, Simran?
I would say it was great. Thank you guys for joining us, supporting and showing your love, and we appreciate it. And
Exactly.
do email us on info@okstudent.co.uk, please.
Exactly. And if you're thinking about coming to the UK, you want to send your child to the UK, or you just want to know more, definitely send us your details through okstudent.co.uk/form, and an advisor will get in touch with you. Also, don't forget, follow us on Instagram, join our community, do all of these things. We have our Instagram right up there. We
Yeah.
have our Medium here as well. So definitely join us, follow us on every social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything under the sky. Yeah, and we can't wait to hear more from you guys. All right. Simran, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to everyone who's been watching us. And this is great.
This is
Goodbye.
great. Thank you, Mariana.
Thank you.